Hey, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Atlanta Dreamin' Podcast. We are going to be covering 4 games, just going over our general thoughts on how we felt about this road trip. And going into this road trip, we were 2-5. We had, gotten our butts kicked against the Liberty, lost to the Sun in a game where we were really close, and then it just all went haywire in the fourth quarter, to getting 3 consecutive wins, all against teams that we had lost to before, and then 1 dub. And we are 5-6 now. And compared to 2-5, that is
I'm
a
happy
lot
about it.
better.
Exactly.
So
I'm
thinking
happy
about it as a whole, you can't be too mad. So,
Exactly.
but yeah, we're just going to briefly go through game by game, how we felt and everything. We're going to start with the Liberty, which I believe is our biggest rival on playback.
On playback, yes.
So
It's always.
I don't know if
bad
it's the
blood.
Dream players' biggest rivalries, but for us, it's personal and
That's why I like to see them crush the most.
yeah,
It's fun
exactly. Lake and Boo, we get to play them again on Friday, and
for me.
yeah,
hmm
we played pretty darn well. But I still feel like that's our best team effort this season. It was
Yeah.
phenomenal. 6 different players scoring 12 plus points. Man. The only thing I'm
Exactly.
waiting for is on Friday.
hmm
SI comes back. I don't know. I don't really follow any Liberty fans, so I don't know if they're making that excuse. She wasn't there. Da da da.
I would hope not, because she likes to. One day her hamstring is tight, the other is not. She's picking and choosing when it's hurting. So.
I will say, I wish I got to choose when I got to be 100%. Hey, wasn't happening today,
hmm
but on Tuesday, I'm gonna feel 100%. I really wish I could do
One
that with
hundred
my own
percent.
life.
I know, me too. It would be so convenient. Hmm. What a
Not
privilege.
the shoes.
Please.
anyway,
Yes,
anyway,
please. Oh
you're
man.
wild. But yeah. Any thoughts from you? We won 86-79. It felt more than that at times.
Yeah. I feel like we could have actually blown the game out of reach a little bit more. But, you know, the refs, you know how the refs do. We'll say it so they don't have to, but the refs, they definitely they show favoritism,
Yeah,
especially when it
we'll be
comes to
going
winning.
into
So
that Wings game later, Todrick. We're going through the win streak first. But
yeah,
what thoughts?
we gonna
But
get there.
yeah, I don't know. Just phenomenal performances. And again, there wasn't, I don't know, Chicago it had it at times too, but this truly felt like a game
hmm
where just depending on every few minutes, different players stepped up.
hmm
It was just incredible. And Haley, this was the game where she almost got a double-double with points and rebounds.
hmm
Uh, Alicia, 16 points. Ryan, 12 points. AD had some good moments, especially in the first half, 13 points. It got
hmm
us off on the right foot for
hmm
this road swing and everything. And after that one, we were starting to feel a little better. Any more thoughts on the
hmm
Liberty before we move on to the Sun game?
I mean, not really, because I felt like we did what we were supposed to do the first game that we played against them. So I was
Yeah,
happy with the result.
me too. And just the energy was there. Just
hmm
really quick on road trips, it happens with a lot of teams. You go through a losing spurt, just being able to be connected and hang out more as a team, it can
Yeah,
sometimes make a difference. Because I
it
feel like
does.
it's a tight group.
hmm
So,
Very.
yeah. So
You could
being able
tell.
to hang out more, go somewhere new together, yeah,
Yep.
it sometimes helps teams. And yeah, we knew this team was good, and we knocked down a team that was considered a super team.
Top three.
And
Exactly.
I,
Super
I thought
team.
we played phenomenal.
We did.
Connecticut, 6 straight losses going into this where they beat us by double digits. Had that horrible fourth quarter because we could have won that game. Like, we had the right energy for that game too. And it just turnovers, fouls, like it just
absolutely.
Yeah. And this one, man. The Cheyenne Parker shot with like what? 0.5 seconds left on the clock or something. She was triple teamed.
And still, even though it wasn't the best shot, it was not the best shot. Did she turn around and make that thing? She sure did.
Do all-stars go and make those clutch shots? Absolutely.
Last day to vote. Y'all better vote
points. And this was the first game, like, I really didn't want to lose this one because this was the first one that I felt Ryan and Alicia, like, completely feeding off of each other. Like, it felt like the game flowed through them. Like, Ryan would get a bucket, and then Alicia would, like, just come through. Like, I loved it. Like, man,
it was beautiful.
27 points, a career high for her. Ryan, 19 points. And just beating a team that, man, would play their starters. And, you know, we won't go through all of that, but it just felt really good to get a win against the Sun. It didn't matter how. We did it in overtime. And, yeah, that overtime period was ours, too. Like, it didn't feel like it was in doubt. Like, after a couple minutes, you could tell which direction this game was swinging, and I love it. And Haley, 9 assists in this one. And I don't know, rookie or, like, I was talking about this on playback, I don't know, just besides rookies, a player that did almost a double-double with points and rebounds, and then the very next game does points and assists, almost getting a double-double. That's incredible. And, yeah. You can just tell she's starting to feel it. Exactly.
Yes.
And this one, like, it was more our stars stepping up. And yes, Nas.
Man, we can't forget about Nas and AT. Listen, the Autobot could not. She could not. She could never. Okay? She could never. Not against my niece.
Exactly. That was so fun.
Nas is solid. If I didn't
she really
know,
is.
If I didn't know what I already know about Nas, she would have been drug tested the next day because she blows through everybody. But when it came to Nas, she fell over like
at least a couple times. It just, yeah.
It was funny as hell. I was crying.
That was really funny.
Cause like everybody else, she went straight through them, and Nas she could not, and that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. So who's the real Autobot? I don't know.
Another thing I liked about this game, we only made 4 3-pointers. We were 4 of 14. And
want to talk about 3-pointers?
Huh?
Oh, go ahead.
No, I didn't hear you.
I was just about to say, you want to talk about 3-pointers, free? Playback Insider, y'all better watch. But anyway, go ahead.
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
But no, you're fine. It's true. And like it shows what's going to happen. Anyway. Oh, you were referring to the spicy challenge of the okay. All right. Now I see where you're going. And like, and I'm still working on getting that. So, but yeah, we found a way to win. Like Ryan, like was more establishing her paint game. She's like in the presser, she talked about how she was building it throughout the season and everything. So I'll take that. This team gave her more openings, and she took advantage. Like her mid-range game was incredible. Like, got to the line 6 times. Like, man. So
perfect.
Man.
No notes on that game.
Yeah. It was just incredible. Got through that losing streak. We fought hard. Exactly. Man. It was so much fun.
Yes.
Then the Fever game. We'll start with, my spicy jelly beans. I don't know when I'm going to do that again. But the Dream had to go and hit 7 3-pointers.
I feel like they could have gotten more, but they just wouldn't take the 3. It really disappointed me because I wanted to see Josh eat more spicy jelly beans.
So,
So
because every time
hold
the
up.
Dream hit a 3, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was about to say. So this is the thing, right? Atlanta Dream. I don't know who's watching, but shoot more 3s so Josh can eat these spicy jelly beans, okay? I just need for, Alicia, Ryan, Cheyenne, our 3-point shooters to get the spray in them, man.
Nia was the killer to me in the fourth
Yeah,
quarter.
Nia.
She was the killer. Like,
can't forget
we
Nia.
had the game in hand, and she was like, you know what? I feel like I don't know.
Carolina
She hit
refund.
2.
I'm just saying.
It was wild. But yeah, that game, we had a challenge where anytime the Dream hit a 3-pointer, I had to spin the wheel, and then whatever it landed on determined how spicy of a jelly bean I would eat. And the Carolina Reaper killed me in the fourth quarter. I had to do it twice. And
we want more, friends. That's what I'm saying.
I had to fight hiccups.
Mm-hmm.
Had to take little breaks.
Ladies and ladies, please. I need y'all to hit more 3s. Hit more 3s. We have to do it again because it was funny. It's I don't know what. And yes, we are dropping clips.
I will for sure. I will work on that.
Absolutely.
So don't worry.
We'll have a clip next time.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to work on it again today. But that was a lot of fun, and it was the first, since the Sky game, it was the first one where we had control. It wasn't in doubt. I would say starting in the first quarter, the Fever were kind of close in the third again, and then the beginning of the fourth, we just blew the roof off. So, yeah.
Lakin, exactly.
But we did it in the Sky game too. Challenge. So I don't need to do the challenge every time because we did great in the Sky game. We knocked off the Liberty and Sun, and my stomach can't take it. I'm old.
30
I'm in my 30s. Sorry, I'm baby old. Let's use Steph's terms.
Yeah, we're baby old people. And once you hit 30, you have to watch the spice. All of the spice, because it comes back to fight you. So, even though it's funny, it's all get out. It's really hilarious. I wouldn't tell you to do it this week. Next week, maybe. Just saying.
Yeah. No, I will consider it next week. So,
okay,
we'll see. But yeah, just a recap as a whole, these last 3 games, we were second in points in the league, averaging 92.7. Second best field goal percentage at 50.2. We were second in free throw makes at 17 per game. First in rebounds at 37, and we were fifth in assists at 19. So incredible. We were playing a very high level. And that's what I'm
talking about.
The people at home, obviously first is the Aces. And being second to them in multiple categories over a stretch is really not bad. And no, we do not need to find more ways to get creative to torture me. That's terrible. And hey,
Lakin,
Terrence,
we got you. Don't worry about it.
No, we don't.
Yes,
but
hi, Terrence.
But yeah, incredible stretch. I was feeling top 5 again. I put us at 4th in the power rankings, feeling really good. And that catches us up to yesterday, which I was feeling terrible yesterday. I was feeling like it was hot. I was feeling, that game was miserable to watch. But today, again, just what we recapped, we went 3-1 on the road trip.
Exactly.
You can't complain. You can't. We can complain a little because we did want to beat the Wings, but not too much. Because, if you were to ask me last week... Sorry, what?
Huh?
Oh, sorry, what did you say?
I lost my train of thought anyway. Go ahead.
It's okay.
I was just your amen section. Oh, I was saying you came to your senses. You came to your senses, and you didn't. You weren't as down about the loss. Because
No, because I was
fine.
too down. I mean, I'm gonna blame the heat because it was hot. You know, we were in the 90s and stuff, but we still came out with the right energy. Like I watched the first half again. I couldn't watch the full thing, but we came out with the right energy. It's just the shots weren't falling. We were playing on defense. True. We were contesting shots. Like, it is what it is. And again, going into when we were 2-5, if you were to tell me we were going to beat the Liberty Sun and Fever back to back, and then lose to the Wings, would I take that? Yes, absolutely. So there are not going to be too many complaints here.
No, it's not going to be too many. I mean, everybody's entitled to a bad shooting night. Like, it happens.
And when it happens to Ryan and Alicia in the same
game,
like,
exactly,
it's fine.
What you gonna do?
It's not gonna happen again.
No, at least not right now.
And
it's what it is.
And I wouldn't even say they played like garbage. I would just say the rim was garbage. I'm gonna say the rim was garbage because they got good looks, and we were contesting shots. Like, if we were knocking down shots, no one's talking about size. I don't know how many people are, but like, I haven't been on Twitter as much, and that's helped my mental health. I post my things, but I have not been looking at comments as much and everything. But people were blaming our size. No one was talking about that against the Liberty and Sun. And they're supposed to, like, we played really solid. So
we did. Yeah. And then plus there were some decisions that were made that weren't very conducive to a winning game. Like, yeah.
And before I jump into some things, because you brought it up, the rotation was working. Like, during our winning streak, it was working. Like, it was really cohesive. Those players, everybody that was in the lineup was stepping up. But what we've talked about this season, when shots are not falling for multiple people, like, it felt like everybody outside of Cheyenne, the shots weren't falling.
Literally.
So when that happens, even if you just do it for a little bit, and again, it was another game where we got out rebounded by 10. 10 plus. You try to inject something like to change the momentum. So LA and Mike Sell not getting in until it was garbage time. Exactly, Tadrick. Like, I would have liked to see them a little more in this one. Like the other ones, I still would have been playing them differently in those ones too. But I can understand where Coach T is coming from because it was working. Like, we were clicking on all cylinders. But when you have games like yesterday, you got to try to change the flow when it's not working with the core group.
Exactly.
And they did inject energy when they came in. So, like 2 blocks from LA, plus she got 4 points.
Block a machine.
Like, exactly. Taylor knocked down a couple threes. Like,
they looked good, and that unit was playing extremely well. Had they been in earlier, it might have turned the game around a little bit.
We only lost by 12.
Exactly.
In a game where the Wings were killing us. So, and again, I would be playing LA more myself and everything. Like, you know, as people have talked about, like, she could be competing for, like, potential starter as her career goes along and everything. But I'm not even asking for that, like a full shot. I'm just asking for, especially in games like yesterday, playing them for like 5 minutes straight. Just even that, like, just getting some different bodies in to see if it can change the flow of the game. Because if you bring that in and then we put our main core back in, who knows what happens?
Exactly.
So, yeah, I'm sorry. I felt like I talked a lot. But what are you feeling as well from yesterday's game?
Man, honestly, because I'm always a person that's trying to like flesh stuff out and try to figure out what works where. And when you saw that lineup at the end of the game in garbage time, it was way worse than it was before they put him out there. I'm just saying. They were down 21 at one point. We only lost by 12.
Really were.
So that should tell you a little something about that unit, that they're viable, and you could probably put them out there a little bit earlier. Or you can play around with some minutes, give some, you never know when they can inject energy. Like, you just gotta try it just to see.
I agree.
You have to try it. But, we could have lost by more. We didn't. We were like 3 out of 4 on a road trip is people pray for that. So I'm gonna try to look at the positive. I'm not gonna go too deep into the crazy, because it can get crazy in there. But I was,
especially
overall,
from one loss, yeah.
Exactly, from one loss. I'm like, okay, we'll just move on to the next one, because we got the Liberty coming up, and we have just beaten them. And I feel
And
like
if we
can
beat
do
them
it again,
I forget about this game so fast. I don't know about you.
Exactly. There would be no reason to bring it back up.
Nope.
It's just a thing that happened, and we move on. We move anyway.
Exactly.
We have to move. So Going forward, I would love to see. I feel like we beating a dead horse, but give LA some time to flex. Cause like when she goes out there, she's gonna give you 1 or 2. Like, who is averaging? Like, what is her average? Her blocks per game average has to be insane. Because she plays like.
I will be posting on that tomorrow.
Please.
The day before game days or on the game, I do our leaders in per game and per 40, and she has been killing it for a bit at the per 40, and I can't imagine what it is now. I cannot imagine.
It seems like she gets at least 1 block every game, sometimes 2.
Okay.
So it has to be high.
So one thing before I move on from LA, I was a little mad. Like I do like player game stats, especially for dream players and everything. And I was going to have a good one for LA, like for consecutive game streaks of what she produced in under 10 minutes. But there was that one game where she was brought in for an inbounds defense play and then taken out, and that screwed up my whole MO. So was it worth still posting?
I forgot. Yeah.
Is it still worth posting, like taking out that game?
I mean,
she would join these players
like play anyway.
I agree. If you go to the ESPN stat line, like the game log, it doesn't show that game in there. So
I know. I almost forgot about that whole thing. Now
she literally played 1 second.
Wow.
1 second.
Yeah, because it was like a half a second on. Yeah, that was at the end of regulation.
It was.
You plugged her in because she's long and athletic and she has defensive instincts.
Yes.
So it's like, why don't you try to utilize that just a little bit more? It's so many players on this roster that are like Swiss Army knives. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to do it. But I'm just saying, and Mike Sell, she's impressed me. She'll go in there and knock down a couple of shots here and there. Like, we have pieces. We just need them to be more cohesive.
Speaking of pieces, I want to bring this up because, baby old, and then I want to move on to Haley too. But
I got you.
It is June 21st. Rupert, the longest she will be out playing in Eurobasket is June 25th if she makes the finals. So we are approaching that very soon. And I am curious to see what our lineup turns into more. Like, I have no idea. The LA crowd could get even more mad. Like, Mo and Naz already at times don't play as much, especially when you related Monique to her whole career and Naz last season. There's already been a cut. And now Rupert, who I really like I watched her a lot in Italy over the offseason. Yeah, I'm just curious to see what that's going to look like. So it won't be the Liberty game on Friday, but after that, she is probably going to be implemented to the lineup, and we'll also have to choose someone to take out, unfortunately, because we don't have expanded rosters, and that still makes me mad every day. But
yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I wonder where we're gonna go with this, how we're gonna adjust. But honestly, I feel like there needs to be a decision made when it comes to like that four position, because it's highly annoying to me when one of the fours don't play up to their standard, and then you have
Exactly.
somebody one riding the bench that, like, every time you put them in, the complexity of the game changes. It's very annoying as a fan, and as somebody who's watched basketball in more than half their life.
Yeah.
I mean, I see things that certain people might not see. Not like I'm just a casual fan. Like, I've been doing it. Like, I've been watching for
You really
forever.
have.
I've literally been watching forever. So it's like, even like, I don't understand it. I don't understand the stubbornness with it. But it's gonna be a lot of decisions being made because a lot of these players play like the same level of basketball. Like, you know how some people, like, it's when I say that, I mean, like, you know how, like, in a depth chart, right? There's usually,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the starters, then you got the second unit, and then you got your reserves, right?
Yeah.
Everybody that is in those tiers, there's not much of a separation. Normally, on most rosters, there are. So
I would agree.
it's hard for them to find time for a lot of these players because they have people with similar talents and they don't know what to do with everybody. So they're gonna have to make some big decisions. They need to start trying to make them now before
I
it
agree.
before it ends up being a mess. It's teetering on mess. It's not quite there yet, but there has to be some moves that are made so we can kind of maneuver, like, swing some stuff around, get some assets, because I
Yeah.
don't see
I was
how it's
just
gonna
about to
work.
bring that up too. And really quick, before I go into this, every
Mhm.
player on the Dreams roster deserves to be on in the W. They've had great moments in their
Absolutely.
career and great moments this season.
Yes.
Like, like they deserve to be in the
Everybody's not
league.
consistent, but it's
If we had
definitely.
a, oh sorry, go ahead.
Nah, go ahead.
Okay, sorry,
Yeah,
but
you good. You good.
if we had a minor league system like every other professional league, LA
Mhm.
would be we would be able to see LA right now and other players, and we
Mhm.
wouldn't be griping as much. Like, we'd be wanting her to get called up, obviously, and everything, but she would be getting playing
Mhm.
time and everything. We'd be more
Exactly.
okay. But we don't have that option right now, unfortunately. The next CBA is coming up. Hopefully there's changes there. But for right now, I agree with
Mhm.
you. It's it seems like a mosh podge of like people fighting for minutes. It goes up and down depending on the game for multiple players.
Exactly.
And
And
I agree with
it's a
you.
way for it to work.
I agree.
There's a way for it to work. But you got to be
But
flexible.
I don't think so anymore with Ruper coming back. Another front
Like,
court
that's the
player.
juggernaut right there. That's the wrench. That's the hardest part.
Because if you recall, because I looked
Mhm.
up articles like before we signed her and everything. The
Mhm.
reason why she was waived is she wanted more playing time.
Mhm. And she
They
deserved it.
agreed to let her go. Yeah, and
Mhm.
she played really well in the minutes that she was given. You know, with the Aces, if you're deep in the bench, you're not going to get that many minutes. But
Nah.
she did really well in the times that she did.
Mhm.
So going like after training camp, like I don't know, and through the season, it seems like we've needed another shooter more than another front court player in our extended depth.
Yep.
So again, Mike Sell has not been able to show enough, like in the playing time she's had, but she
Mhm.
creates a need. I would have used her earlier, and like for
Mhm.
none of our jump shots were falling, and I would have brought LA in because we were getting out rebounded and like we needed some like I don't know, we needed some injection besides Cheyenne, someone knocking down buckets too. So adding another front court player, I don't know.
It's gonna cause confusion.
It's already like a fight for those minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I
It
will say I've
really.
seen enough from Repair. I do not like. It's not an option to me. Her not being on the roster, not an option. After you get to
Exactly.
see her in the W with us, like you'll
Just
be
go
feeling the same way.
like I said, we're gonna have to move some pieces around, and there were some decisions that were made that probably shouldn't have been made in the off season. Just saying, I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
we
expound
talked
on it,
about. We're
but
not gonna bring it up.
yeah,
Well,
we ain't gonna bring it
and
up
I don't
yet.
even want
Yeah,
to go through potential moves because it makes I don't know. It makes
yeah,
me a little
it's kind of
sad
hard to do.
because I'm attached to players and stuff, and yeah.
Yeah, it's love all around. I love everybody because like a lot of these players have played with us multiple seasons, and you get attached to these players because they help your team win, but there has to be tough decisions made. You
There
can't always
does.
be nice about it. It's business and it sucks. Doing business sucks and I hate it. But
Lakin, I don't want it on here then. You can put it in the chat. I don't want to be mad. I just, I'm feeling good about a 3-1 trip. I'm having a nice
mm-hmm.
conversation with Amber, so.
Yes, we don't have to drag the hell just yet. We're still in good standing, as far as the standings go. So shit, there's no reason to drag the hell just
I already
yet.
said it on playback. Oh, man. But,
Yeah, we always say stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
never agreed. Okay. But,
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
I'll probably remember it as soon as it's said, and I'll say heck no and get all mad. But I do
Yeah,
think
absolutely.
I don't know. I don't think the roster can stay as constructed as it is now.
It can't. It's not sustainable.
We probably will, but I guess we would go with who's playing the fewest minutes, and that would be Mike Sell. But I don't know. Only having AD off the bench as a pure 2, is there any other roster that does that? And I don't think
I'm
so.
sure there are some.
The closest is Connecticut if you count Leah Brown a forward like they do. But sorry, I had to dig at the sun. But
I mean, that's fun. It's fun to dig at the sun. To be honest, that's where we're at with them.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe the Mercury don't have as much depth, but how about this? Successful teams.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the successful teams and everything, they have a lot of depth. If someone's not knocking down shots, they go to the next one, and then if that person isn't, they have another player too. It feels like every solid team has that, and maybe the Mystics, but they're trying to change that. But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't like the idea of letting go of Mike Sell. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, that's hard. It's hard. It's so hard. It's so hard.
And this
But
is
I mean, that's
coming
where
from
we're at with it.
someone that's trying to move on from them being at Ohio State. But for those who know, I'm not a fan, but I've liked what I've seen from her with the Dream, and I don't know if I don't know if it'd be the right decision to let her go. Like you said, there are going to be some painful decisions, and yeah,
something has to happen. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah. Moving back on to Haley, though. Again,
Woo!
incredible. During this winning streak, especially.
Great run, kiddo.
Man.
She's doing it like I knew she would. She's doing it for the kids like I knew she could. Come on. She's played out of her mind, and she has literally done everything right. I
agree.
I have no gripes. Honestly, she's gonna make a little rookie mistake every now and again, but there's so few and far between that I can't even gripe about it. Honestly, I really cannot. She has played exceptionally well, and my girl is a shooter. I don't know who lied and said she couldn't shoot.
I agree.
Who lied? I don't know. It's about it because why would you lie on the good sis? I don't understand. She really has impressed me. Like I always liked her when she was at Stanford, but like something about that leap to the pros has been like chef's kiss. Like I
Yeah,
don't have any
and she's
notes.
been able to
I really
focus on her
don't.
shot. We talked about this
Exactly.
before the draft too. It was not
Mm,
Stanford's MO for whatever reason. Maybe that's
mm-hmm.
okay. I'm not going to go over their turning run, but
Sorry.
when she was able to focus on her shot with us, it changed quick. Like this has not been like a process and everything. Like didn't she
It's
hit a
not a
3-pointer
process.
during the preseason too?
I
Like
believe she did. I want to say that.
like it's been part of her game like since
It's
she's
funny.
like been with Atlanta. She's been efficient. Like
Mm-hmm. Very
she was 1
efficient.
of 4 last night, but that's what I
But
want to
that's
go
neither here
into
nor
really quick.
there.
The Dream are
Mm-hmm.
3-1. 3 and
Mm-hmm.
1 when she
Mm-hmm.
plays over 30 minutes.
A coincidence? I think not.
Amber, what is our overall record? So 3-1. We are with Haley playing over 30
Mm-hmm.
minutes. What's our overall record again?
We are 5-6.
5 and
So
6.
that
Yes.
means
So
that we're 2-5 when she doesn't play 30 plus minutes. The
which is
record
what
that we
our
were
record was. Yeah.
before. Uh-huh. Just saying, there's
Mm-hmm.
a connection. Just saying. There's no
So
coincidence that is what it was. I'm just saying. I feel like even last game, I feel like she could have played more, and we probably would have been in a better spot, more of a position to win the game. Because it wasn't anything. They weren't doing anything. Like the wings weren't. That was like
mm-mm.
overall like the backbreaker or the crusher. Like it really wasn't. Like
I
Arike was
felt
hitting
like they
shots.
beat us more in the first game
Mhm.
than they did this game.
Yeah, it didn't
Yeah.
feel like they were doing anything that we couldn't have overcome because like we
Yeah.
literally were like we were there. It was just it was too late.
Yeah. Until
I
it
didn't.
wasn't. And yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Like Haley's out there. She's coming. Like I, I am like I'm just thoroughly impressed. I'm thoroughly
And
impressed. I'm happy. I'm
me
very
too.
happy. Hmm.
And I
Go right
love
ahead.
D-Rob. Like, I was so
Hmm.
happy that we made the
Yes.
trade. Like, she is
Hmm.
a true team player. And something she said, her
Hmm.
first PR coming back,
Hmm.
she will do whatever the team asks. And she said whether that's 30 seconds or whatever, she was going to do whatever the team needs and everything.
Hmm. That's
And
what
you
women
don't
do.
ruin the flow. Again, like, D-Rob is one of my favorite vets. Like, she was
Hmm.
my favorite player playing with Indiana.
Hmm. She's a great
Like,
leader.
she is a great playmaker. She is going to add to Haley's game, and the minute she plays, she's going to do well. And she didn't even play like she did not play bad. She knocked down a 3-pointer.
Mm.
She's gotten 2 assists in both games she's been at.
Played well. She's played well
But
since she's been back.
you do not try to fix something that is not broken. You do not change the formula. And
That's
this has
it.
happened to a lot of teams. This is not just
Yep.
this instance with the Dream. It has happened with a lot of teams in a lot of sports where someone's out, a team finds rhythm, and they try to incorporate that player in the same way that they had at the beginning of the season or before they got injured, whatever timetable.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
You
nothing
have to
against
go.
the player that just came back,
Mm-mm.
but you're like, look, we got to stick to what's working.
Mm-hmm.
If it's working and everything. And it was.
If
We
it's
knocked
working.
out,
Mm-hmm.
we beat 2 of the top 3 teams in the league back to back. Like,
Just saying. That's no coincidence. Like, it's no coincidence at all. And I love D-Rob. D-Rob has given us a lot, especially in the last 2 games. She really has played well. I already know, what you're going to get with D-Rob.
exactly.
But there's a difference. There's a discrepancy a little bit in somebody who could potentially be generational and somebody who's a serviceable vet. Like I said, I love D-Rob, but we are working with something here with Haley that could potentially be game breaking
I agree.
for us.
And
And
D-Rob in her prime, like even a couple
mhm,
years ago, like I thought I was talking about this with you let's say like 3 weeks ago, like her run with the Aces, she played a part in that team going as far as they did too. Like
exactly,
she's
she's a great leader
and a
and
great playmaker.
And she understands, like, hey, what the reason that she said that is because she's trying to win, and she sees that we are winning with Haley at the helm.
I agree.
Flow better, and she's had more run at this point in the season because D-Rock has been hurt.
Sorry.
So
exactly.
It's like, she don't want to wreck the flow because she wants to win. She don't care.
She played with the Fever last season, and they are not the Fever of this season. The Fever have not been the Fever of this season for too long. Glenn's here. We're going to be nice. I'm not going to think about how long, but too long. And then coming here, she wants to win. And another thing, especially if you're a rookie, you're not going to be able to as easily find your rhythm. Like she played 30 plus minutes, 4 consecutive games. And then you go and change it to where she comes in and then is taken out. Like, it's going to change things.
Yeah.
And I see the comments too. We'll jump in. But yeah, you can't do, like, don't fix what's not broken.
Yeah. It's not broken.
Again, over and over all the point. And Haley played well. And especially as a rookie, like, you want her to just play. Let her work through things. Because there were mistakes in all those games, and then she just came right back because we didn't have a choice, and that worked really well for her. Like, that 9 assist game, like, she struggled at times. Then, yeah.
But it's normal rookie struggles. Like, there's nothing that I see her do that just makes me think, oh, damn, she's not going to get it. No, she's learning. Like, she has a quick, like, like having the memory of a goldfish. Like, you have to go on to the next play. And she doesn't hang her head. She doesn't do any of that. She just says, all right, let's get back to it. And that
players have brought up, like vets have even brought up, like, they love how she laughs at herself. Like, she's capable of laughing at herself. She doesn't beat herself up. She doesn't argue. She's just like, yeah, I messed up. I did this. I don't know why I did this. And, like, I don't know.
That's still adjusting the game speed and all that stuff. Like, those are adjustments that need to be made, and they will be made because, like, she's going to get the experience to do that. But you have to let her make mistakes because she is a rookie, and this is her, this is what happens when you jump from the college to the pros. Like, it's a learning curve. It's an adjustment. But she's she's passing it with flying colors, I must say.
I agree. And then I spoke with Steph right before I got on here too. And like, she's optimistic too after going 3-1, but she is worried about trends like what we're talking about now. When players come back, like, is it going to go, like, is she going to try to make it as close as possible to how she imagined it at the beginning of the season? Or are we going to go with what works or make some evolutions, like, putting in LA if, like, we're getting out rebounded like we were, or no one was scoring consistently in the paint like Cheyenne was, or like when people aren't knocking down their jump shots, putting in Taylor, are we going to make moves like that? And then also, if it's a younger player like Haley, are we going to allow to ride with her? Or are we going to try to go back to the original plan? And I don't know.
Listen, sometimes the plan needs to be burnt up and thrown to cast aside. The plan should be do what works so we can win.
I agree.
Like, you should have the outline of what you think the plan should be, but you got to be flexible and let things happen organically. You cannot control it. Whatever happens. Whatever is winning basketball will be what we should go forward with. Because, like, honestly, me personally, with Ari, like, coming back pretty soon, hopefully. I don't know exactly when.
It's the All-Star break.
All-Star break? Okay. So here's what I would do personally. If I'm going to integrate Ari back into the lineup, I would give her more run at the 2 because I trust Haley at the 1.
Yeah.
There's no reason for me, because, like, you got D-Rob. Why I wouldn't split time. Like, that's 3 players that you have, and they are all type players. You cannot, you cannot like try to, divvy it up. Like, it's only 40 minutes. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to make some adjustments and run some of these players together, as opposed
And
to,
and that solves our problem, like me struggling with having more front court players. If we use Ari as primarily a 2, and she takes those like backup 1 minutes, she's a shooter when she's on. Like, she is a good 3-point shooter. She is good at defense.
Great 3-point shooter. Yes.
So,
and it doesn't matter who you put on her in defense. Like, honestly, if you worried about defense, there's always a such thing as like, she doesn't have to guard whoever. Like, come on, y'all.
Yeah.
We can make it happen. We can make it work. It really don't matter who you put her on, because she's going to play like a net. She's going to get deflections. She
plays bigger than she is, and she's a pest. Exactly like you said.
Exactly. She plays incredible defense. So it's like, it don't matter really who you put on her or who you put her on, because she's going to go out there and make plays. So, I mean, that's just my thought.
Yeah.
But there shouldn't be too much of a, go ahead.
A backup 2 and a backup 1, she still gets not the minutes that she would want, but enough to make it an impact similar to what she did last season, and I thought she was effective. Like,
yeah, because she can be very effective when played in spurts. I feel like she plays more efficiently when she plays in spurts, as opposed to giving full-on starter minutes. I mean, maybe give her a few more minutes than she got last year, but I feel like a lot of players are way more efficient when you give them less time out there on the floor, because they have to go out there and make plays and make an impact a lot quicker. There's nothing wrong with being a microwave. I love microwave type players. That's just me.
I agree. And like, her passing's been better this season and everything. Like, going in, like, she was having career highs in pretty much every assist category: assist to turnover, assist per game. Like, she has improved on that aspect.
Exactly.
And there is nothing wrong. Ask the aces. Ask the Sparks when they're healthy. If it's wrong having 2 people that can handle the ball in at the same time.
Exactly. It happens.
And can Ryan and Alicia handle the ball? Heck yeah. So, like, having multiple people every single minute that can handle the ball, that is not a bad thing to have. So.
Exactly. But yeah, I'm definitely with you on that.
So, but yeah, I am very curious to see what decisions we make, and I am with Steph on being a little concerned to see what those decisions are. It's fair to be concerned and still be optimistic. So
it's very fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still very excited about the way we're trending, because like, it was a little touch and go for a minute, but now we're back almost at 500. We will be at 500 after this game on Friday. I'm just going to call it now.
Because there ain't no way that Ryan and Gray are going to have the games that they did. Like, I'm kind of a little excited. Like, if I had to pick, like, hey, they're going to shoot 25% together in one game, but then they're going to both score 25 the next game, I would take that every time.
Every single time. So, without hesitation.
Why are you anxious, Terrence?
No need to be anxious. Listen, if we're calm, they'll be calm. Remember that. This is the thing that I've learned as a fan, right? You can't be too angsty about when these teams have a hard little stretch. They can feel our energy. They can feel it. I believe they can. If we stay calm, they'll stay calm.
Then I gotta work
harder. Don't put out that crazy energy. Relax yourself. Do whatever you got to do to relax yourself. Okay? Burn some sage. Do whatever you do. Cleanse your energy.
I agree.
Before these games. However you do it. If you got a lot of candle, or light something else, it don't matter. Just calm it down, okay? You stay calm, they will stay calm. Put out
But
good
they didn't
energy,
come
it will return
despite
back.
me. So you know what? Maybe my energy doesn't matter. So and
Listen,
Lakins too, for the Mystics, yeah. So
exactly. Look, friends, this goes for everybody because
oh
I'm
no.
guilty of it too, and I've done it in the past. I refuse to do it now because these people ain't gonna stress me out. They're gonna have bad games. I cannot. I'm too old for this. I'm young, but I'm a baby old person. Do not forget that. Okay? I don't need my blood pressure up. I don't need none of that. I just need it. If I stay calm, they'll stay calm. Apply
So
that.
Amber,
Be more
I want
zen.
to end on a non-dream subject. I
Yes.
brought this up on playback and I got a lot of pushback on it.
Oh no. What happened?
But
Did I miss this or did I see it? Go ahead.
the Seattle Storm are going to make the playoffs this year.
See, why would
I'm
you
just putting it
try
up
to
there.
end it on this? Why would you try to end it on this? Because listen, here's the thing.
Magmagor is playing too well. Jewel is on fire.
This. Listen, it's not gonna happen for me. I'm so sorry. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. Here's
But
my
the
thing
fight
with
for
this.
eighth, there's no one coming out right now. There's teams that are struggling.
We are 10 games. We're 10, 11, 12 games.
Exactly. We're only 10 games in. They could get better. Oh no, the Fever are making it. The Fever and Storm are making it. That means other teams are not.
All right, so currently with the standings, who are like the top 8 positions, who are you taking out of the top 8? Realistically, that you're gonna the Storm is gonna sneak into the A spot. I just want to know that.
Okay, so you got your your core group. You got Connecticut, New York, Vegas, Atlanta. So, Seattle is still further back in my rankings because I can't put them up too high because they haven't done it yet. Kia Nurse will not be the starter in this scenario.
But that's wishful thinking. But keep going.
I would say Washington, Atlanta, LA. I think LA gets it together, even though they've lost. We won't go into that.
Because I mean, it's Kurt. Kurt, he tends to start slow. So
not in this order. Not in this order. I'm just thinking of teams off the bat, Terrence. Because I did not mention Vegas first, and they are by far first. So this is by far me rattling off teams. Yeah. So you got that core 6. Yeah. And then there are teams that I'm not confident in. I don't care that we've lost to them twice. The Wings are still. Yeah. I don't know. They lost to the Seattle Storm, who I am bringing up. They gave up 100 points to them. I understand that was out without McCowan. I understand. But I don't know. I don't thoroughly buy into them over the Sky, over the Fever, where they have a clear advantage. I'm just saying there is plenty of season left, as you just said.
There is plenty of season left, but I just okay. So you said you would take out the Wings and possibly the Sky. You're saying in this scenario as well.
I'm gonna get so many fans mad.
In order to put the Storm in, I'm just trying to think.
The Fever and Storm. The Fever and Storm. Yes.
The Fever and Storm are gonna make it in.
Yep.
And
this was a take I had before the season too. I had the Storm in.
Rather than the Sky and the Wings, is what you're telling me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, maybe one of these teams in this scenario could do it, but I don't think it's gonna be the Storm, friend. I'm just trying to look at it logically. I've seen they're very inconsistent for one. They're very young. They could very well sneak some.
I just want Jewel for MVP.
We're going to.
That is part of the reasoning. Because she is playing too good for this season to be wasted. You know what? That is the core. You know what? I'm not gonna lie. That is the core reasoning behind me going behind this. Is that Jewel's having too good of a season. I don't want this wasted. Same with Magmagor and Horston is up and rising.
It's not sustainable, and Jewel probably is not gonna be there the rest of the season. I don't know. I'm not betting on her being a Seattle Storm player for much longer. I don't see it personally. But I mean, you like to drag it to hell. I
I
mean,
really do.
but
I
the
had to
thing
end on
is,
something
Jewel's not
fun.
gonna get MVP that way. Not in this league. In this league, she would have to put up 40 points a game
She's put
in
up 30
order
and
to
2
be
plus
considered.
and 2 consecutive.
But if they're not getting the wins, it's not gonna matter.
I
Is what
know.
I
That's
want you
why I
to
need them to
understand.
win. And it's going to
But
happen. So we will look
who's?
back on June 21st.
I'm trying to save him, y'all. He's not. He just like most Aries. He's stubborn as hell. So I've been trying. I don't know what to say. Oh, Aries not gonna go nowhere.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not gonna happen. Repair coming back is just gonna be icing on the cake. But yeah, I can't remember the last time a guard won MVP.
And
When I think about
hold
it.
on. Let me
Mm-hmm.
say one other thing. I don't
Okay.
want Jewel, like, because I don't think she's going to win MVP either. Like, there's
It's
too many other
impossible.
players that, like, I don't
Too
know.
many post
Asia's
players.
probably going to have a repeat.
Hell
Boston's
yeah.
even in consideration.
Mm-hmm.
I would say watch out for Gray too. That's a guard, but like there's different points where she has looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
Jackie Young's had an incredible season. Like,
I think Jackie Young is probably gonna be the one to take it, honestly. But continue.
but I just don't want this wasted for Jewel, who I've been waiting for so long. You know what? I'm sorry. I've said that I've changed the reasoning why I'm thinking this. I think this is the ultimate one. I have struggled with hating the Storm ever since I became a WNBA fan. I'm a newer one.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally get to see Jewel lead a team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want that wasted on a non-playoff season.
But listen, it's happened before where she was the lead person and they actually did make the playoffs, but they had a better team than they have right now. Currently, because like 2019, she had to lead the way because
Oh yeah,
no
2019.
Stewie,
Yeah.
no Stewie, no Bird, but she did have a greater supporting cast and they made the playoffs. They did not stick around for long, but they made the playoffs. It's doable, but she needs a better supporting cast. This supporting cast that she has right now is just she doesn't have a true point guard. Like she had Jordan Kennedy. She had
who was having a heck of
had,
season with the Sparks right now. Just want to
exactly.
put
She's
that
playing
out.
very well. Now, let me not get started on why she should have been the heir apparent to Sue Bird. Let's not even go there.
Yep.
But I mean, it's happened before. It's like Jewel needs to go somewhere where she does not have to be the number one option. She can be the number one option. I believe she can be, but on a championship team, that has yet to be seen. She's a great player. She's she's exceptional. But I say that she is going to be the best player on a championship team in the next year or so, probably not.
Oh
Maybe 3
no,
or 4
Seattle
years
is
down the
not in that
line.
position to be. No.
Absolutely. I can see it happening in 3 or 4 years. It's just not happening right now. So I'm
just
saying,
saying
why
this
not let
take.
her get the hell out of Dodge?
Mm-hmm. It's true, but she's going to be an unrestricted free agent, and I'm just saying hold off trading her because there are teams that are just Mod Podge together. Will this guy get it together? Probably, because I mean they got Cobb. Dana's getting more minutes. Court's been an underrated playmaker, like that front court, like Elena Smith. I get it. I'm just saying there's a little, teams not stepping up yet. If it is going to happen, it would happen now. And they just beat the Dallas Wings.
But what is that saying, really? Truly? It's the Wings.
It's saying that to just wait and see.
The Wings are inconsistent just like everybody else.
I know.
Let's just keep it
But I'm just adding the Storm there, too. I'm just saying maybe there's not as much separation, and we're just going to see over the next week. And then I'll take my take back if
you will,
this doesn't go well after a week. By the next power rankings, so the Storm play.
I tried to save you. That's all I got to say. I tried. I can't lay my life on the line, but I tried.
You've tried to save me multiple times for a lot of my takes, I understand, but yeah.
Just trying to tell you. But hey, I mean, drag it to hell. It's fun. It's more fun. I'm just saying, it's more fun to start shit.
I am not a Seattle Storm fan. I have been accused
Mm-hmm.
of being a lot of fans by Lakin, but I'm just saying.
Uh-huh. Not just by Lakin.
But I
But
just
you
want you
give
to
me
listen to
shit.
this stretch on why I think this is a big
Shit.
stretch for Seattle. I just hear me out.
I gotta get this out. But you give me shit for being a fan of a team that brought me to the WNBA just because I'm also a fan of a team that is here in this lovely state of Georgia where I live. Now I've been all 32 of my years. Just saying. But he gotta drag it to hell every time, so I'm gonna drag it to hell. Matter of fact, next time I'm gonna just let you say what you gotta say. Now I just thought about it. I should have even saved you. See, look at black women saving us again. God.
Oh man.
See,
You are too funny.
That's why I won't take. That's why I don't take the shit right here. That's why I know. Because you say crazy stuff like this. The Storm is making the playoffs. See?
But listen to this. Amber, listen to this. Their next 4 games. Mm-hmm. If they do not have a winning record after this, I will not bring this up again.
Okay.
But they hit their next 4 games. Mm-hmm. Indiana, Phoenix, Minnesota twice.
They might be.
I'm just saying.
They might be 2-2.
If they go 3-1 in that stretch,
I say 2-2.
They would be 6-9 if they went 3-1 in that stretch, and
6-9, not 500.
But that's not probably what it's going to be to get that 8th spot. I think 1 through 7, you're going to have a winning record, but that 8th, it could be a dogfight. And I'm just saying.
Like I said, remember the season, my preseason rankings, and my preseason talk about how it was going to shake out. I always said that 5 through 10 was going to be really, really tight. I really still believe that because it's tight right now. And the trend is going towards that. I don't think it's going to take a winning record. But damn it, I don't see it happening for the Storm. I just do not.
Okay.
I don't know what else to say. I just don't. It won't take a winning record, but damn it, it's going to have to take something. Thank you,
So I'm just putting that out there. And then if it doesn't happen, I won't bring it up again. But yeah, I'll just hope we forget about it, just like we're going to forget about this Wings game after we beat the Liberty. So
exactly. Look at this.
Lakin, you don't need to focus on that schedule after. That's not part of my point. So
I know. Yeah. The schedule is hate us, but it's fine. They hate both my
I'm sorry.
teams.
I had to end on something because it's something I was thinking about throughout the day, and I've watched the Storm a couple times, a few times, and I'm like, hey, no, we don't need to clip this. No. So anyway.
I mean, I'll clip it later. Don't even worry about it. I have plenty of time to do this. Like after
you gotta take a nap. You gotta get some
Friday,
sleep.
Friday, I am free for 2 whole weeks. And I have time to do shit.
Oh no, I gotta watch what I say for those next 2 weeks.
Cause I'm gonna have all day, all night, all day, all night. Lakin, listen, we'll work together. Don't even worry about it.
Oh no. Okay.
This for all the times you have shit talked me. Don't even worry about it. I got it. But proceed, friend.
I really would. I don't need that. I don't need that.
That shit would be hilarious. I'm sorry. Because it's so
I would have to hide.
It's Josh. Don't hide. Stand in your shit. I told you. Stand in your shit.
No, I run away from it. I'm like, oh shoot, someone saw that. Someone smelled that. I gotta go.
You don't have to run off. Stand in it. Squish it.
No. Anyway, we will be on playback tomorrow. I'm gonna be a little late because I have a doctor's appointment, but I'm gonna watch Mystics vs. Sky. That will be fun. And then on Friday we have another doubleheader, Dream vs. Liberty, and then Sparks are gonna get Vengeance on the Wings for me, and it's gonna be a good night.
I mean, hell yeah, I see it happening because Sparks, y'all better win something.
They need to
very soon. I've had enough. Look, both of my teams can't be doing this to me. One of y'all gonna have to step it up. Y'all
I don't think one of your teams should be included in this because they just had a 3-game winning streak against the Liberty Sun.
Oh yeah. We're not gonna look. Yeah. This is we already established that the Dream is in an upward trend. The Sparks, however, I don't know what's going on. Kurt, you better put your mean guy. You better get your mean guy together and do what you do, brother. I don't know what you don't do this. We don't do this inconsistency. We don't do this. No. So Kurt, you better do what you got to do. But we'll end the episode on that.
And I'll actually end the note and say because I forgot to bring it up again with someone bringing it up and now it was brought up again. That BJ turn. Sorry, no one calls her BJ. Brianna Jones' injury looked really sad and really scary. I didn't get to watch it live because I got on the bed, but I watched the replay and oh my gosh! And the last update we had is she's not playing the next game. That's all we've gotten, but it's probably not good. It is probably not good.
I hate that for her.
I hate it too.
Sitting all the healing vibes.
Me too.
It is not really good.
Because it's so sad. Because she's finally getting like the opportunity to be like the starter, and it's really sad.
Exactly.
And Terrence, it won't be hard to find highlights of it and everything, but it was a bad injury last night, late in the game.
Very, very bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Against.
Yep. Sending all the healing vibes.
I agree.
Well, guys.
But this is our true ending. The Dream are going to beat the Liberty.
Absolutely.
Join us on playback on Friday. If you can't join us tomorrow for us, just our usual shenanigans, join us on Friday against our biggest rival. Like
one of our biggest rivals. We have plenty.
It is our biggest rival. It's the playback room's biggest rival.
Yes, it's the playback crew. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's the players' biggest rival, but it is definitely ours.
Yeah, and we love to talk trash on there. If y'all don't watch us on playback, please follow us, watch us at playback.tv/Atlanta Dreaming.
Dang, you did that from memory, and you were right.
Yeah.
Dang.
With no G. It's like you see it
it's
here.
True.
Atlanta.
And then Dreaming. I'll post it in the comments right after this too, but we have a lot of fun, and the unusual takes from me don't, end here. I'm doing them all the time, unfortunately.
Terrence, I wish I was going to the game. I'm not going to the game this time. I'm gonna be watching on playback with Josh, but don't worry, I'll be back at some games this season. If y'all see me, come holler at me. I'll tell y'all where I'm at. Just follow me on Twitter, and we can do what we do. But yeah, I ain't gonna be there this week.
And y'all, anybody, next time Amber is at a Sparks game, you gotta bribe her to become just the Dream fan. Do what you gotta do.
Next time, I'm not saving you. We can end it on that. Good night, all. Appreciate you for coming through. Good night.
Good night.